Hey there, you've reached the right voiceover artist for you. Now settle in for a deep dive into GitHub administration, specifically tailored for enterprise IT professionals who want to master their workflow and make the most out of what GitHub has to offer. Ready? Let's navigate these GitHub waters together then. GitHub, right from our first encounter, is not just a platform. It's our lifeline in the world of software development where collaboration and code management happen hand in hand. When we are working on large-scale projects with distributed teams, you quickly realize that your GitHub administration skills are absolutely essential. They can spell the difference between chaos and productivity. I'm about to equip you with that knowledge, sharing the best practices and advanced features that'll help you ensure your organization reaps the full value of GitHub. At the heart of GitHub lies its repository management capabilities. Picture yourself organizing dozens, even hundreds, of repositories with different projects that are key to your organization's mission. Now you may have heard of groups and teams, which help keep everything organized and manage contributions, but imagine a level of sophistication that extends way beyond that. With advanced permissions and security measures like MFA, you can control who commits or pushes directly to the main branch. This becomes critical when your projects handle sensitive data or compliance rules. I know what you are thinking. I've heard of security best practices, and I've adhered to a few of them, but what about the advanced stuff that's a must-have? Let's talk about GitHub Actions, a gem in GitHub's treasure chest. The power of automation within GitHub Actions can be the difference between a smoothly running CI/CD pipeline and a nightmare you'd rather forget. By mastering GitHub Actions, you are creating a self-sustaining ecosystem where code is automatically tested and deployed, with each commit leaving an imprint of trusted changes. Let's not forget about custom repositories and project structures that can be achieved using GitHub's Projects feature. This feature lets you categorize your repositories into projects and then into stages, all while assigning roles like maintainers, developers, reviewers, and managers. This ensures that everyone knows who is responsible for what and helps to streamline the development process while fostering accountability and efficient workflow. We've navigated organizational management and automation, but there's a whole sea of additional features waiting to be explored. Take continuous deployment, for instance. With GitHub's continuous deployment, once you've pushed your code to a specific branch, it gets deployed directly to production. This reduces potential errors and significantly fast-tracks the deployment process. But remember, the power of automation is tied with the responsibility of security. When automating deployments, make sure they are only executable after conducting the necessary security checks and assessments you have in place. Beyond the GitHub features, let's explore some best practices for effective GitHub administration. First off are code review standards. Code reviews are essential, not just for catching errors, but also for fostering a culture of quality, ownership, and knowledge sharing among your team members. Setting up code review standards ensures consistency and encourages best practices. Another important practice is documentation. Make it a point to provide clear, detailed documentation for your repositories and pipelines. This helps keep your team and future contributors on the same page and lessens the chance of misinterpretation. Now, consider the importance of educating your teammates. Not everyone finds GitHub intuitive upon their first encounter. Become a mentor within your organization. Conduct regular training sessions. You'll witness firsthand the transformational effect of knowledge sharing. Don't forget about scaling your GitHub setup. As your organization grows, more employees will want to contribute and maintain repositories. It's about striking a healthy balance between accessibility and security. Introduce access management plans and roles that grant the appropriate access without giving undue privilege. Okay, here's a tricky one. Integrate GitHub with your company's existing infrastructure. You probably rely on tools for various workflow tasks like issue tracking, time tracking, or even team communication. Integrate GitHub with these tools. This reduces workflow friction, allows for a holistic view of productivity, and fosters better communication among team members. So, now that you've explored the depths of enterprise-grade GitHub administration, think of it less as static rules and more like a living entity. A GitHub administration strategy is a journey, one that evolves with your team and the projects you undertake. And while this is about the enterprise aspects, remember that GitHub isn't just for IT pros. There's a place for every member in that GitHub voyage. As a project owner, remember the value lies not just in the code your repositories hold, but also in the culture of collaboration and accountability that GitHub fosters. There's been a lot of rich insights shared, but let's cap it here. If you found this journey illuminating and want to stay in the loop, don't forget to visit neeraj.qzz.io and subscribe to TechLab. Till next time.